Hey, it's Josh with 18Birdies here. I'm here with Stanford men's golf coach, Conrad Ray. Maybe, Conrad, you can talk about your brand new involvement with 18Birdies.
Yeah, excited to join the team, Josh. It's been fun to get to know Eddie Louie, the CEO and founder of 18Birdies, and the board of directors and advisory council. And that's really my role. I've just come on board to try and help navigate the junior golf and collegiate golf space and the role that 18Birdies will play in that.
Right, and we've got a lot of great feedback from junior golfers, high school golfers saying this is my favorite app, and from college coaches like yourself that are looking to maybe keep track of their players. I've had some of my friends who are college golf players saying it's tough to keep track of stats with GolfStat,
right,
and having to manually upload everything, and so we've kind of like streamlined that process a little bit. Do you see implementing some of that with your players on the current Stanford men's golf team?
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's so much nowadays that come at our players and all junior golfers and anyone that's playing golf, not just juniors actually. And to have a one-stop shop, if you will, a platform where all that information can be correlated and reviewed and looked at and absorbed by other fans and people that care.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing, and I think our guys will definitely enjoy being on the network and this social piece of making golf fun and using the 18Birdies app to do it.
Right, and you guys obviously recruit all around the country, so you pull the best kid from South Carolina or something like that, the next Dustin Johnson. His parents are across the country, but he's got practice rounds, he's got tournaments going around, and now they have the opportunity to follow all of that without having to be at every single tournament, which is like a really great thing. Have you seen some of those use cases happen so far?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think the other part of this is that with every junior golfer, there's at least two sets of parents and a big fan base at home that want to know how that junior golfer's doing or collegiate golfer's doing, and so to have all those tools, to be able to do the social piece, to capture around, to look at their statistics, to look at their live scoring is really powerful, and I think it's just a trend that's going to continue for sure.
Awesome. Speaking of collegiate golfers, one of your latest, Maverick McNeely, turned pro. Did he discuss that with you? Did you guys talk about whether or not he was ready? What was that conversation like?
Yeah, for sure. It was a long process for Maverick in the sense that he took his time and really made sure that playing professional golf was something that he wanted to do. He graduated from Stanford with a degree in mechanical science and engineering, really bright guy, and I think everyone understands that the lifestyle of professional golf is not always what it's cracked up to be. You might have a chance to make some pretty good money, but the lifestyle itself is difficult and challenging, and you're on the road a lot. So he's a well-thought-out guy, a well-planned guy, and he took his time to make that decision, but now that he has, we feel like he's off to the races. He's got his web.com status for this year. He's pursuing 7 starts on the PGA Tour as a non-member through sponsors exemptions and just doing great. So it's fun to see.
Yeah, out at Career Builder as well, and got off to a nice start on Thursday, I believe, if that was
exactly
correct.
Right.
So
the Alcatraz hole, the island green took its toll on Mav. He had a couple balls in the water. He was joking, kind of. After he had 3 up and downs out of drop areas last week to save bogey or double. So, it's just professional golf's tough, and I think he's learning those lessons, and he's got the game to suit it though, and he's a fantastic ambassador for Stanford golf and all that we're doing.
Do you like his chances in those total of 7 starts to do a kind of Jordan Spieth type move and skip web.com tour, go straight to the PGA Tour, and you're in there with the big boys?
Well, I think he's got as good a chance as anyone. He's played 3 events now, I believe, and he's missed the cut. So he's got 4 events to make the money that he needs to become a member of the tour. It's a big chunk of money.
Right.
So, but you never know. That he's playing this week in San Diego. He's told me, and other people around him have told me that he's at the top of his game, and so I'm eager to see how it goes at Torrey Pines. But you never know. It takes one good week out there, a couple good weeks put together, and he could become a member.
All right, so speaking of top collegiate golfers that are well ranked, who's the next Maverick McNeely for Stanford men's golf?
That's a tough question because on my team's listing, and we have a pretty deep team, so like, who's coach going to say? Just like golf, any given week we have guys. I think we talk about that a lot actually, building depth, recruiting number ones, not 1 through 5. So we feel like any given week a guy can come on the stage and win a golf tournament. Our leader so far this year has been Brandon Wu. He's currently ranked, I think, 3rd or 4th in the national ranking, depending on who you look at or talk to or what poll you look at. He's done a great job. He's a local guy, California guy, Danville guy, so
nice.
Neat to see him playing well and really leading the way for us. But we do have a deep team and excited to see where it goes.
Do you feel pressure like in the Bay Area when you have a guy like him, not to let him out of Silicon Valley and to USC or anywhere else, or Alabama or any of those schools?
Yeah, there's some pressure there. I think the good thing is inherently those kids know already what Stanford's all about. So when we recruit them, it's not as tough of a sell maybe, or trying to explain to them what we offer. The Cal Bears are a competitive team too.
Sure.
And they do a great job recruiting, and the bottom line is you just have to find the right kids that match up with what you do, no matter what program you're at. I think our big thing is if you want the highest experience of academics and golf at the same time, and know that they're not mutually exclusive, we feel like we can lead the way in that.
Understood. You played golf at Stanford with Tiger Woods. Have you ever just said, hey, Tiger, do you mind calling this kid for me, letting him know that Stanford men's golf is where you need to be?
I thought a lot about it. I wish I could, because the NC2A rules actually don't allow alumni to proactively recruit or actively recruit in any sort of way.
All right.
But I have told Tiger that I'm not gonna bug you a whole lot, but I'm gonna drop your name like it's going out of style. So I'm not afraid to tell a Tiger Woods story or two.
It's good free advertising,
excited,
right?
Yeah, exactly right. Excited to see him tee it back up again at Torrey Pines this week, and obviously a guy that's changed the game and been a longtime friend and phenomenal person in our sport.
Do you have a good, most people don't know this about Tiger's story that you can share with us?
Well, I'd have to go deep in the archives. There's so many. I do know that, everyone says, I get kind of oftentimes described as having played with Tiger. I actually got to carry his luggage a lot, because I was kind of the next third or fourth guy on the depth chart.
Sure, okay.
So, and when he won his first collegiate event, pretty much his days as a freshman carrying luggage were over. So the next guy on that totem pole was me. But gosh, I would say everything that Tiger's so out there. Everyone knows a lot of the stories.
Right.
His dancing, though, is something that is to be behold.
Really?
He's questionable whether or not he can hold his own on the dance floor.
Does he have a go-to dance move? Or?
I don't know. It's been so many years, but we have a good laugh, and he's been a good friend, and neat to see what he's done. Like I said.
So was it Samsonite luggage that you were carrying, or like what kind of quality was that?
Yeah. Back in the day, we actually used to throw our golf clubs on top of the van, the team van, and strap them down with a big rope. Our old coach, Wally Goodwin, was a rancher by trade, and he'd always travel with a section of rope, and we'd load them up on the minivan, save a few bucks. We'd only get in one car and strap them to the top, and off we'd go. So we usually pack pretty light, though, but with the clubs, it's a full workload, that's for sure.
Awesome. Last question about Tiger, and we'll let you go. How do you feel about his health? He says he looks healthy. He looked great at Hero World Challenge. Long layoff, first event of the year at Farmers. From what conversations you may have, you feel like this is different and maybe the back holds up?
Well, I think, to me, I can see how much enjoyment he has in playing, and to me that's the biggest measure of where he's at mentally and physically. You watch him, he seems to be much more laid back. He obviously is showing up to win like he always does, but he seems more calm about what's going on, and I think he realizes that playing for him is where he's happiest, and so it's neat to see, and the numbers don't lie. I mean, he's creating speed with his driver and hitting certain shots and doing things that I think we weren't maybe seeing when he had his other comebacks, battling different injuries over time. So, I think if there's anyone that knows Torrey Pines, it's Tiger Woods,
right.
And just that alone, I was thinking about our guy Maverick that we talked about earlier is teeing up this week. The difference between course knowledge between Maverick McNeely and Tiger Woods, you think about that over all those amazing championships that he's won there, even as a junior golfer. That alone is worth a lot of shots out on the PGA Tour, and so I'm excited to see where it goes. And if it's not this week, and if he stays healthy, I think he'll do just fine.
All right, Conrad Ray, Stanford men's golf coach. Best of luck to you and your team in 2018.
Appreciate the conversation.
All right, thank you.
Okay, yeah.